Matt, I imagine the players feel pretty deflated and you probably feel sick to your stomach after that, do you?
In terms of the manner of the defeat, so much to like about the performance, but you get what you deserve, and we defended some moments of that game uncharacteristically poorly. Some really naive moments, especially when we'd gone 2-0 up, to let them back in the game. And then the last goal is a culmination of some tired bodies and not quite being in the right place at the right time. I don't want to criticise them too much because I need them confident and bright for the weekend. We knew with the personnel we had on the pitch that physicality might be a bit of an issue tonight, but we played some fantastic football, and it hurts because when you play well and lose, that's a real kick in the areas which hurts an awful lot. So much to like about us, but, and it's too big a but, in those moments of weakness they were too weak tonight.
Defensively, you had a real headache before this game, didn't you? It's not often we're going to find ourselves in a position where you're really struggling for centre halves.
Well, it is if they stay injured. One's got a broken foot, one obviously with the knee issue. Alex Archery's only 50% fit, so even putting him on towards the end was a bit of a risk. But Josh Key's played there in the past, and that wasn't just the reason why we conceded 3 goals tonight. In terms of the middle of the pitch strength, and even the outside of the pitch, it's so difficult because the moment after the second goal, it literally came from kick-off, and Jacko will say he slipped, which he did, but then he got rolled too easily, and all of a sudden we're defending the corner, and we have to defend our set pieces better than we did today. And we can talk about the personnel, but that's uncharacteristic of ourselves. Generally we defend set pieces better than that, and we've been punished, and it hurts, and it really does hurt because we've played well enough to take something from the game.
You mentioned the broken foot. That's Czech Diabate. I'm sure a few fans are surprised because he finished that last game at MK Dons. Can you just talk about what happened to Czech and how long he might be out for?
He had a sore foot for probably 10 days leading into that game, and it's a stress fracture, so it's probably got to a point where the bones actually cracked in the MK Dons game. Stress fracture on the outside of the foot, the 5th metatarsal, isn't ideal, so between 4 to 6 weeks is best case scenario. There's nothing we can do about that, and unfortunately Sam's knee's in a poor position at the moment, but those are excuses. They're not the reason why we conceded 3 goals tonight. Some of those players in those moments can perform better than they did.
It was obviously a frantic end-to-end first half, but we did so well to take the lead in that game. The second goal, slightly fortunate, but...
Second goal was fortunate, but we had enough moments in around their box, and I think we hit the crossbar, we forced their keeper into a couple of saves. We played some of our best football in that first half, and that sounds strange to say because we've lost that game, but we have that in the locker. It's not a concern because if it happened regularly and consistently, then I'd be addressing it, but we just pour in those moments, and we just had to go a little bit tougher and a little bit more. They ain't going to beat us at 2-0, get in at half time, 2-0 if not 2-1 worst case scenario, give yourself a chance in the second half, and then it's an even encounter, and we had enough attacking players on to try and win that game. Towards the end of it, we just conceded a set piece late, and the ball landing in our box is unacceptable, but the players will learn from it.
The ball seemed to be zipping about quite nicely in the first half, but neither side really could keep hold of it. It seemed like lots of stray passes from both sides tonight at times. Well,
I think it was a frantic game, a hectic game, a quick game. I felt we had more control in our attacking moments than the opposition, created cleaner chances, and that's no disrespect to Shrewsbury. But then you need players who are going to control that game. Archie and Raheem did it to a certain extent, Giovanni always does it, but we just didn't have that consistent control. But that was okay, we were comfortable with that because we were still opening up the opposition. I can't say too much because it seems like I'm waffling about what if and what could have been. The goals have changed the game ultimately, and they've come at poor times.
You mentioned physicality. It was a real physical battle at times, and obviously Shrewsbury were able to bring on players like Ryan Bowman, who we know all about at the end. It did just feel like at certain times we weren't getting out-muscled in key areas at times. Yeah,
but we do anyway, Craig. We got academy products on the pitch. They're a certain size and a certain stature, but they've not just started their careers. Archie Collins, best part of 150 games, Jack Sparks, Josh Key. So some of those moments from some of those individuals, they can be better than that, and they will be better, and they have to be better. Otherwise, selection's an issue moving forward, because to play as well as we did in that first half at times and to come in at 2-2 was incredible.
Given, like you said, how well you felt we played in the first half, what did you say to the players at half time, given that it was...
Well, I tried to focus on the feel of it, because due to our own doing, they had their tails up, and we felt a little bit sorry for ourselves. On the balance of play, we didn't deserve to feel like that. But that's what the game turned us into, and we take away those moments, and we needed to be tough in the moments. Generally in the second half we were up until that last possible moment in the game, and that's why it hurts the most right now. We didn't actually get the ball in the same positions in the second half, and I can't remember their keeper making a clean save in that second period. We had some entries into the final third but never really got control of it, and you touched upon it there. It seemed a messy game from start to finish. It's a big gripe that last minute win has gone against us, because would we have took a point at half time and before the game with the person we had out on the pitch? Possibly, but when you play so well you want something to show for it.
And I imagine the players, they don't need any motivating ahead of Saturday. They know, they
don't need any motivation anyway. They're an honest group of players. They never give anything but 100%, that group of players. I can never hold anything against them like that, but they have to know that if we want to be successful in the league, we have to play better at certain times. And that's not every single minute of every single game, but the most important minutes are the crucial ones. And a bit of naivety from a certain group of personnel tonight has unfortunately cost us.
Finally, word on the fans, Tuesday night, 200 miles from Exeter. Over 300 tonight.
Yeah, look, they sang and sang and sang, and I think they were infused by that display. Lots to like about it, but they've gone home witnessing a defeat, and that's not very nice on the back of the balance of the game. But they'll have seen us get out-muscled and outgunned at certain moments, and those were the most important moments. But they'll see a committed team. We're out on our feet at the end. We're a little bit low on numbers and certainly personnel to affect it going into the weekend, but they'll pick us back up.
Thank you, mate.